But it is interesting what is happening in our land. What do I mean by that? Courtney.
Yes, teacher.
Jamaica. What do I mean? What do I mean, Jamaica?
What do you mean?
Today alone, a public sector worker at the Ministry of Education was arrested for defrauding the ministry of almost $3 million. $3.1 million, an accounting technician in the Ministry of Education. But equally Jamaica, here is this apart here. Two other public sector workers were charged for a multi-million-dollar fraud. Two other public sector workers were charged for a multi-million-dollar fraud. So one happened at the Ministry of Education, where an employee was charged for allegedly fraudulent payments to himself of about 3.1 million. He names must say Kadim something. And then let me give you another part. Hear this, Jamaica. Hear this. Two public sector workers have been charged in relation to a fraud scheme that resulted in the theft of over $1 million. They have been identified as Dorette Mullings, an administrative assistant at the Institute of Jamaica, and Orion Stachel, a life certificate officer employed at the Accountant General Department. Mullings was charged with possession of criminal property, receiving stolen property, and conspiracy to defraud. And at the Ministry of Education, Courtney, and Jamaica. But I am going to say to you all tonight,
And you get charged.
You realize ever since certain things happening in the country and many unquestionable transactions going into people's account and people using charity money to enrich themselves, you realize, Courtney, is like the people are saying, if this man can do it, I can do it too. It's not follow fashion. The leader set the precedence of how the people in the country going act.
If you do it, you never do it too.
So because them see certain things happening and coming out of the parliament, it is now what them call follow the leader, follow the leader. Tell me if that is not what is happening. Follow the leader. So if the leader said 28, people say put in 3 million. If the leader said 28, them say put in. Follow, you see the Jamaica. Say what allegedly?
They have access.
So them follow him, them understand him pattern, and them say, you know what?
You see him?
This is what Jamaica, this is what is happening. This is what
procrastinación no es tu culpa.
I want to show Jamaica what is happening.
Mentalidad rota.
And it's happening in Jamaica. Put up in picture. And that's happening in Jamaica. Left, right. Hey! And that's happening. And it's all been a funny. Everybody want 28 account. Right? Everybody want charity money. Hey! I'm not the leader. Boy! Boy! And it's all been a Jamaica. Jamaica, it's a ball out! This is what is happening. When you have poor examples of leadership in the country, when you have poor examples of leadership in the country, when people can't look, and that is why integrity matters.
Of course.
That is why Jamaica, integrity matters. And people might not want to agree, and somebody must understand there is something called a fever in this country. Remember Cartel saying fever? There is a fever in this country, Jamaica. And the people are saying, boy, if him did owe student loan, and he not come from a wealthy background, and he can have 28 bank account, me wearing a public service so much years, can't own a house, I work too hard, I miss a little money, and me can't take it quote me. And you know, Jamaica, it is very sad. It's very sad. What it is not sad for them to be charged. They must be charged.
Yes, of course.
They must be charged. Equally, Jamaica. Equally. Just as how this one, this Nebuchadnezzar, this Caesar,
Hitler.
this Hitler,
Adolf.
this Papadak 2.0, that is a miscreant and a sad excuse for a leader. You know why me run song again? I don't know, bless up this super chat. Me nah run no song. I don't know, bless up this Pharaoh. This Pharaoh. This Pharaoh in this country. I'm telling people of this country. I said it today. This pattern of public sector workers stealing money out of the public purses has now become a pattern because they see it in their government. They see it from their leader. They see it from who is in charge of the country. And people are saying, if you man my food, me I go near my food too.
You come like unicorn.
If you man near my food, them are going near my food too. And them a follow the lead. And I'm sure if people look, quote me.
Yes.
I am sure if people look.
You can really unicorn.
Joke him? No, me not joke him. Me not follow back at this. I follow leadership that inspires with integrity.
Yes.
I follow leadership that inspires with honesty. I follow leadership that follows transparency. And I follow leadership that follows accountability. And integrity matters, Jamaica. Integrity matters. And people don't understand that when a leader sets the tone, when a leader sets this kind of agenda and gets his friends to do his work, when he gets his minions, the friends who he cycles with, the friends who he cycles with, the friends who he walks with, no, his friend who he cycles with, is an unprecedented day in our country. Is an unprecedented day. A friend indeed. A friend Jamaica indeed.
Time come. Some are got charged for corruption. Oh yes.
You heard what I said to you. Feels like him king. Producer, put up the picture of him cycling with his friend. And ask yourself, Jamaica,
What could go so?
what can go so? What people of Jamaica can go so? Cycling with his body, of course.
Eh?
Is his body. His cycling body is now the head of the Financial Investigative Division.
Yes. Bosom body.
See it there, Jamaica.
Yeah. You
And
see?
that,
Let me take a look.
you know, Jamaica, I'm going to address something tonight. Courtney, I'm going to address something tonight. And listen to me well. Politics attracts a myriad of people. Politics attracts the brightest. It attracts those who might not have the greatest of education. But what is important is that people must have decency and integrity. And what Kelisha Williams of TVJ did yesterday, Kelisha Williams, many times, even the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party, look what she did, Jamaica. Look what she did, and I want to ask Kelisha Williams, watch it, Jamaica, and look at what she did. Look at what she did.
The opposition's protest this morning and their series of questions surrounding the appointment of Chief Technical Director of the FID, Dennis Chung. As Jamila Maitland now explains, while the opposition is alleging a conflict of interest in the appointment, the JLP insists a due process was followed.
The PNP, by virtue of their public utterances and actions taken in the vicinity of National Hero Circle this morning, is conducting itself in a reckless and dangerous manner.
Chairman of the GLP's Communication Task Force, Senator Abka Fitz-Henley. The GLP says Dennis Chung's appointment as Chief Technical Director of the FID is sound.
Just a moment, Jamaica.
What do you know about the FID?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know but you know, I'm here for a change.
He cannot lead the FID. He doesn't have the qualifications to lead the FID.
Why I said that? What do you understand about the agency itself?
I don't understand about the agency, but all I know is that the man only can account.
I know it was an organization that was formed to politicians to declare their assets true. Chung don't support it.
You sure that's the Integrity Commission though, not the FID? We just mentioned
6 or 1.5 dozen. I'm not sure. But that is it.
Why Chung must?
Because he's not qualified.
Why do you say the agency is corrupt?
No, they don't investigate no crime. They're investigating corruption.
The beginning of an anti-corruption protest organized by the People's National Party Monday morning.
Favor! Andrew!
Hundreds of supporters marched on Heroes Circle, the location symbolic for some who say, like our national heroes, they're standing up for their rights.
You know what my name? Nanny of the Jungle. And my want Andrew Walness to send way Dennis Strong.
Which brings us to one of the main reasons why the protesters are here. The People's National Party has been raising concern about the appointment of Dennis Chung as the Chief Technical Director at the Financial Investigations Division, FID.
You cannot have a man who is defending the personal investigation being put in charge of the agency that is tasked with doing the investigation. There's a clear conflict of interest. There is manifest bias.
I don't know much about the FID, but I know that if you support what the Prime Minister do, right, you can't be against him when you take that position.
According to the protesters, that's because Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness's financial declarations have not been certified by the Integrity Commission, and the Commission sent a referral to the FID for further investigation, the same agency that Mr. Chung will now lead. The argument of bias stems from comments Mr. Chung made about the matter in 2024, which many now believe showed that he sided with the Prime Minister.
We're going to protest today, and if it takes a week, a month, a year, we will not let it stand.
However, PNP responded to a statement by the Prime Minister in St. James Sunday night, calling for JLP supporters to launch counter-protests island-wide, stating that the response from the PNP is manufactured rage and a sign of, quote, badmanism, unquote.
And the Labour right did not heed to his call. Mr. Owens, your show flop again. And it only goes to show you that we are not stupid in this country.
It is nothing to do with bad mind. It is good mind at play. Good mind supporting good governance. Good mind fighting against corruption. Good mind standing against conflicts of interest. Good mind standing against cronyism and nepotism.
Jamaica. How many of you know the role of the Financial Investigative Division? How many of you in this country know the role of the Financial Investigative Division? But I am going to teach Jamaica tonight. It's a teachable moment. It's a teachable moment. I'm not going to come here and bad up the journalists because I wouldn't want no one to do me that. But isn't it a teachable moment? Is it a teachable moment, yes or no? Who wants to learn about the role of the FID? Who wants to learn? If you want to learn about the role of the FID, it's a me teacher. And I will teach you tonight. If you want to learn the role of the Financial Investigative Division of government, let me teach you tonight. Let us teach and let us learn. The Financial Investigative Division is a division in the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. It was established December 16th, 2002. The division has evolved over time, and the objective now focuses on the need to deter the use of the Jamaica's economy for money laundering and other financial crimes to a stable financial sector and an investor-friendly environment. A significant part of the mandate of the FID is to increase awareness of financial crimes and to show the impact as well as the importance of the elimination from the society. So the FID Jamaica, see, is a teachable moment. The FID The FID's main responsibility, Courtney, is to deal with money laundering. Money laundering comes in many forms. Money laundering comes with layering. It comes with structuring. And the things that happen in the Prime Minister's 28 account could be suggestive that layering was happening and structuring was happening. And that is why the IC asked for the FID, who should have the competencies to deal with those matters, to look into the matter. And what happened? What happened, Jamaica? Rather than the Public Services Commission appoint somebody who is sterile, who knows to deal with these things, what happened? He sent in his friend. He sent in his friend Jamaica. But the common thing that the people knew, if you listen to the people, them say, it wrong. They might not understand the Financial Investigative Division, but them know it's corruption. Them know Jamaica is corruption. So, me I break it down to the people them. When you know they ask you again, wanna come for demonstrate for money laundering look like it a happen. Look like some corruption and fraud a happen. And the FID's responsibility is to investigate it thoroughly. You heard what I said? Washing, scamming.
In and out, money I go in and out.
Money I go in and out, unquestionable. It's my duty.
Can't trace it.
My duty to make the ordinary people of Jamaica know these things. And I'm making you all understand tonight, Jamaica. So you understand the basics now? Unjustifiable wealth. Unjustifiable wealth, Jamaica. Unjustifiable wealth. And Jamaica, they jeered and laughed at the people. They jeered and they laughed at the people. And all they needed to do. So Jamaica, it is embarrassing to see that the people never knew. But the people understand that there was something wrong about the whole shenanigan. And what they did, they stood in solidarity. They stood in solidarity. But you see, Jamaica, even up at uptown, enough of these braggadocious people tonight is the first them learning about what is the role of the Financial Investigative Division. Even tonight. And I am telling you, people, the journalist, and I'm going to say this to you, Kelisha. You see, if she carried the news attacking the issues first and highlighted that even in the protest, some people never understood what they're protesting for, it would have given a solider But what the Kalisha did was deliberate. She carried that 3 persons out of thousands of people who showed up. She carried that 3 persons out of 1,000. And then she used that to say that is a representation to say that people never understood their part. Kalisha, you're deceptive. You are deceptive, Kalisha Williams. It was a deliberate attempt. You are deceptive, Kalisha Williams. Very deceptive. But I understand your mission. You're part of the media whose assignment is to make sure. But in good timing, God will deal with all our. Good timing, God will deal with all our. Good timing. That's why I tell you in Jamaica. Half of who say them in media in this country, they do no investigative journalism. Thank you. It's a poor excuse because I thought she would have said to the people, what is happening? Why are you here? Then the first argument, do you understand the role of the Financial Investigative Division? But I am teaching the people tonight the role of the FID so that they themselves don't get caught up. Donna Thompson, did you learn tonight? Did anybody learn tonight the role of the Financial Investigative Division? Anyone learn the role of the Financial Investigative Division tonight? And if you want it to be a teachable moment, I'll use tomorrow and midday connection to teach some more about the Financial Investigative Division. All right, Jamaica? That is my duty, to teach my students. Unlike some of them, all they want to do is report foolishness in this country. I am going to use it to be a teachable moment.